Well, I wanted to give everybody a little update. Still lots going on today. I just watched Full Heart finish third in Scioto. Now, Steve has an 8:45 flight. I told him it's a domestic flight. You only got to be there at 8:50. Did you really say 7:15? You were going to be there an hour and a half early for a domestic flight? Wow, you're sick. So anyway, we're on our way to get something to eat. Steve almost had a stroke because we looked up and our Lyft driver said that we're 25 minutes away. And I told Steve, I saw his eyelid twitched a little bit like he was going to have a stroke because he had to be to the air an hour and a half. Wow. He had to be an hour and a half before his flight. We had tons of time to eat. Wow. Can't believe you're really going to rock an hour and a half. Anyway, back to the horses. Full Heart raced adequate. I want to talk to Brett about her. It looked like she had her moments, but she was still, the work we put into her is not showing up. You know, I've been so proud of how the horses have been showing up on the track because of the work we put into them. This is a filly that was one of our best training down. Showed tons of talent, had lots of potential. But as I just said to Steve, when that brain is not connected properly to the horse, this is what you're left with, and it's very frustrating to me. So I'm going to talk to Jason, I'm going to talk to Brett about what the future looks like for Full Heart, because although she wasn't bad, she wasn't great. So we'll see. A third is a third. Now we're going to rewind to the start of the day. Steve and I get up at 4 a.m. I wanted to catch an early flight here. There was an 11 o'clock flight, but I didn't want to risk anything going wrong today. This is a big day for us. You know, as I said at the start, a lot of pressure when there are horses, right? Carter Michael Dio coming off 2 breaks. I told everybody last week he would not do that again. It's a ballsy statement, considering he's done it 3 times in a row. But he didn't do it today. He was perfect today. Little tension at the start. Then when I released Andy Miller a little bit more, but halfway down the backstretch, I just felt it melt away. I think he knew as much as I did. He was a winner at the 5/8 pole. Just moved him over and just talked to him very gently down the lane. He drove away with the bit wrapped up in his mouth. He was exceptionally good. Now, I told you guys the other day that Ron Burke saw the horse train and was very impressed by him. We talked after the race. He said, man, that horse looked awesome. So Ron Burke has the horse now. This was always our plan. We had a plan of 3 horses going to Ron Burke way back when. It was going to be Horn Player, Spitfire Overseas, and Carter Michael Dio. Now, Carter's the only one that made it so far. We'll get to Spitfire in a minute. So we started off the day with a bang. Carter Michael Dio was fantastic. And then we went next. Crantini looked very, very good. Luckily, he was collared halfway down the lane, but Steve said, geez, the other horse, luckily, he went by him for a step from where I was with Austral Hanover. I should have come first over and screwed everybody in behind us, but I didn't want a chance screwing Austral Hanover also, since he was already punching way above his weight class today. You know, as Steve and I said, 4 months ago, he was not even an afterthought. He was a non-thought. And now the horse raced in the Sire Stakes, has won a Stallion Series. I don't regret putting him in today. He deserved a chance, but just a step behind a little bit, behind those horses. Now, in all fairness, he had flip-flops on, and the only bad miles of the day today were with flip-flops on, and Scotty had said no flip-flops at Philadelphia. I think he's right. You know, I couldn't change them just because, but the track was deep, and quite frankly, the only horses that I felt weren't great today were the horses wearing flip-flops. So, Austral Hanover, a good 5th, but really when you think about it, he's coming in razor sharp with a 57 and 2 mile paces, trots 57 again today. I would like to see a little bit more, and I don't think he's ready to take those flip-flops off yet, and he doesn't have to in the Stallion Series. So I think we're going to take him back and then start again, race him in the Stallion Series, maybe the Arden. And we can only race so many of them in the Arden. We'll see who fits in the Arden and who doesn't. But as of right now, very happy with the way he raced. And Crantini, as I said, from where I was sitting, I knew he was a winner. There's no quit in the little big chestnut horse. Scotty just reached down, as Steve said, just quietly reached down, pulled the earplugs, and drove away. And that's exactly what he did. Raced fantastic today. He is the best horse in Pennsylvania right now. That's the Pennsylvania All-Stars and undefeated in the Sire Stakes. Now, the horse that Andy Miller beat me with Spitfire was good. Spitfire felt tired going down the lane. Now, was it being parked the quarter in 28? I just kind of took my time with him. I wanted him to be somewhere up front or near the lead. you know, I got a second quarter in 30 seconds. Now I had to go 27-4 because I knew Andy Miller was coming. When Andy Miller comes, it's not, hey, I'll be there in a minute. It's he's on top of you now, and he comes 100 miles an hour. And I knew he would. I just didn't want to get caught flat-footed with Spitfire. I thought I put him away in the last turn, and all respect to Andy Miller's horse. He dug in, took over the lead, drove away, and won the race. The horse looked great, 55-4. Actually, Crantini, I think, and Spitfire tried at the exact same speed today, didn't they? 56-2, I think, or 56-3.
So I know.
Both very, very good horses, and I was just very proud of the way Crantini did it differently. Obviously, he commanded the lead half in 59 and then drove away in 56-2, where Spitfire I used him a little bit in the third when Andy got to me, and then he came and finished me off down the lane. But both horses raced good. Now the difference is Crantini, no flip-flops. Spitfire Overseas, flip-flops. So another horse that we may try and get them in. I noticed he was into his knee a little bit today. Also, he wears knee boots. He will brush it once in a while, and he did brush it today. So another reason to maybe look for alternative footwear for Spitfire Overseas in his next race. We opted, I told Scotty if he won and he looked convincing, they could take him home, potentially race him in the Houghton. But what I saw today was a horse that needs a little more experience. He's not ready to tangle with those horses on Hambo Day and get chewed up. So we're going to take him back, give him a little class relief. His next start also will be in the Arden. And then Presidente, Fashion Presidente, made a break in the first turn. This was the exact same tactic I used last week at the Meadows with no problems. Today, again, flip-flops, big problem. We got to the turn and he didn't know what to do. He put 2 steps in and rolled off stride. And then I'll cause the horse in behind me to make a break too, which was frustrating. I felt bad for Brady Brown. Next was, who do we have next? Oh, Enzo. What a trip Enzo went. As I said to Steve, today was the first time Enzo ever got Lasix. The horse raced great. Climbing over the horse, removed, put him on the front, left, quarter pulled him to the front, let the favorite go, followed the favorite, and beat one neck. Half length.
Yeah.
He raced great. 57-2, had to come up to quarter 28 to piece 29. I thought the horse looked fantastic today. And then Tailgate Buzz. Marco, you're welcome. That being, I told a couple of our clients that we had a choice between Austral and the Sire Stakes and Tailgate Buzz. Tailgate Buzz looked great again today, but when you command the lead, and I knew somebody said, well, you're not worried when Dave Miller come. I wasn't worried at any point. I knew I was sitting on a 28-second quarter because of how the fractions were so soft. All it was a matter of doing was just to pull the trigger. We come out of the turn, I kicked the earplugs, and at no point did I think anybody was going to pass me the whole way down the lane. Tailgate Buzz just raced awesome. That's 3 in a row for this horse. He raced fantastic. Listen, guys, another great day in Pennsylvania for us with these trotting colts. We raced 7 horses today. We had 3 wins. Was anybody second? Yes, Enzo was second. 3 wins. A second is 4. A fourth and a fifth. What was the other horse? 2 fourths? Run. Yeah. We had 3 wins, a second, a fourth, a fifth, and a break. Pretty good day in Pennsylvania. Again, undefeated is Crantini, raced great, and all of our other horses raced very, very well. So with that, little bit of an update. Didn't get to watch all the horses go yet. There's still lots of racing you want today. I'm going to turn back over to Scioto here and watch. But for now, all done in Philadelphia. I'm going to go have a nice meal and get back to the airport at around 8. Wow.